Reimu Needs Help? On to the Rescue! Is a game that stars Aunn, everyone's favorite lion dog. In it, you play as Aunn and try to help solve Reimu's problems to make her happy. Levels have multiple problems in them, and you're given a set amount in a random order. To solve problems, you match up words from a roulette wheel. Maybe you can give Reimu a warm towel to help her relax. Or, you might accidentally give her a durian fruit and piss her off. There's a lot of different combinations of words to try. Some work decently well, some work really well, and some don't work at all. The gameplay is simple, but enjoyable. Roulette slots can randomly go out, and you've gotta time the wheel. So, you have a bit of Mario Party energy there. Unsuccessful solutions also cost you time for a level's time limit. If the time limit runs out, then you have to reset. This leads to a frantic pace. Reimu's happiness bar gets filled with successful solutions, and you need to fill it all the way to 3 bars to move on from a problem. So, most of the time, you will be using multiple solutions to solve one problem. But, you can't use the same successful solution twice, and some solutions work for multiple problems. You need to plan out which solution is worth using for what problem. There is a skill in being able to memorize the right solutions to make Reimu happy. You also often use logic to try to figure out solutions. For example, what would Marissa want as a gift? Why, some sort of mushroom, of course. The game also gets pretty tough. The farther in you go, the more problems you have to solve per level. There also tends to be less correct solutions in later levels. Levels only have around a 2-minute time limit, but a later one took me 30 minutes to beat from retries. Even with all of this, the game at its core is still pretty simple, but it's fun. You've also got 2 achievements per level. Find an item Reimu loves, and beat a level without an incorrect solution. The first one is a nice way to get the player to try every combination. Each combination has its own set of writing, so this will get players to see all the game's writing. The second one is aimed at memorization. You've got to remember what works for everything to get it. While this is cool, I am worried that the luck aspects of the game will make completing it hard. There's a chance that you could be locked out from a correct solution from unlucky roulette picks. But, there's nothing major locked behind getting all achievements, so it's not too big of a deal. While gameplay is good, where this game shines is the presentation. QK Rabbit's art is adorable, and Reimu and Aunn are both very expressive. I love how Aunn shuffles all around the place as she tries to find solutions. The music's also very good, and captures the game's frantic energy. But, the writing is by far the best part of the game. Aunn and Reimu are both characterized fantastically. Ann's loyal and dependent, but isn't a total pushover and still has some snarky remarks. Reimu's a bit grumpy, but her expression can bounce back to happiness at any moment. She also tends to thank Aunn a lot for her help, and you can tell the two love hanging out together. The game's also extremely funny. You've got some surreal humor, you've got some meta humor, and you've got simple cartoony humor. There's a wide spectrum of jokes covered. The jokes also mean that getting a wrong answer isn't that bad. You want to see everything the game has to offer, and wrong answers have a lot of funny moments. Here was one of my favorites. As a game designer, I also want to compliment how a ton of this game is just writing. There aren't individual sprites for each item you can get, just words. But, it doesn't matter. The game still feels polished thanks to its sharp wit, and at the same time, that type of designing probably saved a lot of labor. So, that's Aunn-chan to the rescue! It's a pretty short game, and it only took me around 2.5 hours to beat. But there's also a completion to go for, as well as a post-game. I won't spoil the post-game, but I will say the reward you get for beating every level is well worth it. Getting both achievements in a level also unlocks an endless mode for that level, so there's more fun there too. For only $7 and like $6 on a sale, I think it's well worth the asking price. If you want this game, you can check it out on Steam.